Okay, it's High School Musical 2 time.
Fuck yeah.
There we go. There it is. The perfect moment for it right there. It's officially High School Musical 2 time. We watched High School Musical 2 last night.
Yep.
And I was so excited to talk about this one. Like, super giddy watching,
I just
of
love
course.
this movie.
And super giddy writing down my notes. So let's get started. I wrote down a lot more notes for this one than the first one.
Okay.
And none bad, just how much I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
It was hard to like not just say how much I love it, but I worded it in different ways multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start off. Having the two look like a pool of water is absolutely genius. The High School Musical 2.
Oh yeah.
I did not pick that up.
The two being
two.
blue and it's water.
Mhm.
Genius. You didn't pick that up?
I didn't pick that up.
That was an
Yeah.
artistic vision I would think you would like.
No, I made a note to myself being like, oh, I like that. That's good font. I like how it looks. I didn't notice
cool.
it was
Yeah,
a
it's
pool.
perfect. Genius. Zac Efron's eyes became even bluer in this movie.
Yeah, it's the darker hair.
Natural
That's
beauty,
also my first note.
natural beauty or camera enhancement?
I think a little bit of both.
I wrote that. Natural beauty or camera enhancement.
Yeah.
His eyes in this movie.
No, they're
Oh
sparkling.
my God.
You know how I always bring up how all their blue eyes are sparkling so much in the movie This Means War? It's
Yeah.
like Reese Witherspoon and Chris Pine and Tom
Yeah.
Hardy, and their eyes like look extra blue. Zach's eyes look extra blue. in
This entire movie,
Yeah.
they're insanely
Yeah.
blue.
Well, he has
And-
that darker hue of his hair. You know?
Yeah, and he has a tan going on.
Yeah.
And he has the colors that they put him in, that orange shirt when
Yeah.
Fabulous. I didn't write that down because I thought I was starting to have too many notes
many
about
notes.
Zac Efron that I
Yep.
had to leave some off.
Mhm.
The orange shirt specifically that he wears when he is first seen, after Fabulous.
Yeah.
Good wardrobe. Like he had that shirt, it's a white shirt but red arms.
Excuse me, that's my next note.
Yeah.
Costume department crushed the looks for this movie.
Oh yeah. Like the baseball shirt.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
baseball. I was like, I would wear that.
Every person's wardrobe was fantastic this movie.
Yeah.
Costume department crushed
They nailed it.
They really did. I will never forget voting for Chad's shirt at Miley
Yep.
Cyrus's cameo endlessly on DisneyChannel.com.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they probably already filmed the movie.
Yep.
Like the voting was probably
Wait, you
fake.
voted for her
They-
cameo?
Yeah, so on
Yeah,
Disney
you got to
Channel,
pick.
on DisneyChannel.com, they put like vote for Chad's shirt, and they give you options.
Uh-huh.
The one that says "I majored in vacation" in the first scene, and then at the end when there's the Miley Cyrus cameo, it was like, who do you want to see as a cameo? And you vote
Who
for
were the
her.
other options? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I just know that
I
I
don't
remember voting for these two things. So,
Yeah.
the "come on" from Zach in the beginning had just that.
No. Yeah. Look, it's how much
When he
more can we
drops
say
the
it?
ball
But-
and he's like, "Come on!" Like,
but each movie, you know.
and I was a little bit not older, like I was still in middle school, but I was older than what I was when the first one came out, so
Yeah.
it was like a little bit more for me for Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Was Sharpay the only one who was allowed to paint her locker?
Oh my God, what are you talking? You
Oh.
weren't like 4th grade, no? 5th grade? This movie came out, I was in 7th grade.
High School Musical 2?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm saying the first one when it came out, I was a little bit younger.
Yes.
And I think had my sights on Dylan Sprouse.
Right.
And then High School Musical 2, I think I really took a liking to Zac Efron.
Yep.
Yep.
Who could blame you?
Yeah. Was Sharpay the only one who was allowed to paint her locker? Would they all if they
I
could
had the
have?
same thought.
You know,
Like
hers,
that,
Yeah.
hers
that's like
is,
a lot of.
hers is hot pink.
Yeah.
Like when she
Everybody else is
graduates.
just plain beige. Why?
She was the exception to the rule
Yeah.
for many things.
Mr. Fulton's relationship with Sharpay, kind of weird.
It's fair.
He's like all up in her space, like in her ear, like behind her
Yeah.
neck and stuff. And she's like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And they do
He's
mention
scared of her.
the boss is such a creep.
Yeah.
Didn't work this out. Had absolutely no idea Bevan from One Tree Hill was one of Sharpay's cronies.
What?
Bevan from One Tree Hill
Yes.
is
Oh, I was looking at those girls. I
one of them.
I
Is,
didn't look close enough.
one of them
clearly.
is Bevan.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did not realize that.
Mm-hmm. Sharpay floating in the drink with the ice cubes. Another genius move
Yeah.
by Kenny Ortega.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then I just have worked this out. Absolutely incredible. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I just was like loving all of it, so I had to write it down. Capital letters. The chemistry between Zac and Vanessa is insane.
It was
when
really
they're
good.
clocking in to work, swiping the cards, and he comes behind her and swipes in. I'm like, that's real life chemistry. That's not movie chemistry.
because it was real life.
Right. That's what I'm
chemistry.
saying. That's real life between Zac and Vanessa.
I actually watched this movie and then spent 20 minutes reading a full L article of a breakdown of their entire relationship.
Yes. Yep. Been there.
Timeline, receipts, pictures.
Been there.
I just I was like, honestly, I just Googled pictures of them because I just wanted to look at pictures of them.
Of when they were dating. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just read their whole timeline of their relationship. And it really did make a difference that they were together throughout. But they had immediate chemistry. That's what they talked about. And they auditioned. They got paired together and, instant.
Wait, were they together in all 3 movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They were together from like 2005 to like early 2011.
Maybe
Pretty
that's
long
what
time.
was keeping them together.
Or late 2010.
Probably.
And then she went straight into a relationship with Austin Butler. I don't think I realized how fast it was.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach was really going through a lot those
and
days.
Austin Butler
bad things. I kind of
Austin
forgot
Butler
about too.
and Zac Efron dated. I mean, Austin Butler and Vanessa Hudgens dated for so
like,
long,
almost 10
he,
years.
he won't tell you that.
No, he won't. She was just a friend.
Yeah.
The scream after the dinner with Sharpay and her family was so relatable. He wanted to get away from those freakazoids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just had a moment where he just screemed. It was like, what the fuck am I doing
Yeah.
with these people?
Yep.
Absolutely love how Chad called out Troy for saying not how they roll.
Yeah.
Because it was like, why are you talking
Why are you
like
talking like
Zach?
that? Yeah.
Troy,
Yeah.
sorry. I forgot how much I loved the friendship between Gabriella and Ryan.
Yeah.
I still use her mom makes the best brownies. I know.
Yeah.
Meme often.
Oh.
Like, I've sent that
I
to
know.
you. I've sent that to so many people
Yeah.
about certain things. I still use it. Chad's been dancing the whole movie. When will he accept that he is also
Right,
a
he does
dancer?
I don't dance, but he certainly dances.
He's been dancing in both movies.
Yeah. The man loves to dance.
When will you accept you're a dancer? If High School Musical came out today, Zac Efron would be as big as Taylor Swift in terms of not being able to go anywhere without getting absolutely swarmed. Because he's the best leading man that's been put into one of these movies.
Yeah.
Think about the movies that come out today,
But
or
this is
like.
the thing. I think he was when they were
But
out.
social media wasn't like
yeah, I know
it is
it's a
now,
different
where,
thing.
like,
Social media,
like
yeah.
the paparazzi maybe
Yeah.
knew where he was, but we all didn't know where he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we did, I don't know how we would all act.
Right.
Like, if
I
he
don't think
was-
Zach and Vanessa would have dated for as long as they did. That's for sure.
Like, it's crazy that they found him
Yeah.
and casted him in
Should
this
Zac
movie.
Efron have been cast in La La Land instead of Ryan Gosling?
No, the different. Don't get into this conversation with me. I'm just talking about in terms of like teen, like young adult movies, and like to all the boys I loved before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if Zac Efron was in it, like,
right.
it's just whoa.
Time and place.
Gotta Go My Own Way was so powerful, almost too powerful for its time.
It was a very mature song.
It was.
You know?
She was standing on
What
business.
about us? What about trust?
I can probably watch a 24-hour stream of Bet on It on replay.
Yeah. Easily.
The water slap was the exact thing we needed to set the tone of the change of the movie that was about to happen to Zach.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
what we needed for him to
Changing his reflection.
slap himself in the face
Yep.
and say, you better get your shit together and tell Sharpay enough of this.
Yep.
Enough of this.
Yep. You better help your friends.
Sharpay's outfits were incredible in this movie, but
were.
even better is Troy and Gabriella in the white everyday outfits with the clouds in the background.
Yeah.
Full chills.
Yeah.
Why am I full-blown crying with chills when they grab hands?
No,
I
I
fucking
I
love
know.
them.
I know.
Is the lesson here that more on-screen couples need to date in real life?
A good takeaway.
And then my last...
And just admit it. Just embrace it.
Just embrace it because then you're going to get chemistry like
the
this.
product is better.
The product will be better.
Yes.
But I
And
feel
we'll
like
be
that
talking
is-
about you 20 years from when you were released
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah.
Insert pic of me crying because I have nothing else to say. And then I inserted a picture of my crying because I didn't have any more notes at that
Yeah.
point. It just was like, what else am I supposed to say about this beautiful film besides me tearing up?
Yeah.
Those are my notes.
I'm not gonna lie, I also got a little emotional at the end of this movie because it's like, it just makes me so nostalgic because we're never gonna we're older now and we're never gonna experience that experience again.
Shut up.
watching this movie.
Shut up.
Like, it made me emotional thinking about it. I was like,
You shut
we
your
can
mouth.
Still watch it, but
Yeah.
like the time of when this came out, that it just gets me. I'm like, to be young again,
Right. It's,
and fall in love with these two on screen.
and be like, oh my God, like you're finding out what love is for the first
It
time
really
through High School
shaped
Musical.
us.
No, it did, because we are lovers at heart.
Yeah.
We love love, and
I know.
I truly believe a lot of that stemmed from this movie. Like, I really think
Yeah.
Troy and Gabriella to me was like, I need that love in my life.
Troy was the gold standard. Okay.
Except when he was forgetting missing dates, like Taylor said. Like,
yeah, but he comes back around.
he does.
Zach's dark hair change really made his eyes pop. That was also my first. My first note.
How do you not know his
Yeah,
note
it's-
his blue eyes? Did you note his blue eyes? And do
No.
you have a note? Oh,
Well,
I didn't notice. I actually didn't notice like his eyes.
oh my God! It
I don't
says
even know
I
if
didn't notice
you-
they're piercing.
If you had asked me right now, like before
Piercing.
these notes, what color is his eyes, I would probably said brown.
Oh, God,
Oh
you're
my
missing
God.
out. My Lord, watch it again.
Jeez.
I said they look so much older between 1 and 2, which is so funny. Like they look like such babies in High School Musical, and then it's not like they filmed High School Musical 2 that much later.
Yeah,
but
they did grow.
But they're growing up. They're growing up. And then I said, thank God they let Zach sing himself. It
Yeah.
is such a game changer.
Sounds better.
He's
What
got
do
a
you-
great voice.
What do you think, Drew Seeley? They were like, we don't need you anymore.
No, Zach, Zach says that he fought to be able to sing on his own. Like
Yeah.
he pushed that he wanted to sing on his own without the help of.
Well, Drew
Yeah.
Seeley, he went to do a
Poor Drew Seeley.
another Cinderella
Yeah.
story with Selena
Yeah.
Gomez, and it didn't really take off. Drew Seeley did go on the High School Musical tour, though. My first concert
Yeah.
ever was Drew Seeley and not Zac Efron.
Zach was already too big.
He was
big.
doing Hairspray.
Yeah, he was already too big. Well, that's why when I was going through
It's
the
like
time,
Olivia Rodrigo.
was going through the timeline of their relationship. Vanessa was with him through Hairspray, 17 again, Charlie St. Cloud. A lot of those movies he was doing
Yeah.
right after. Okay. Same page. Remember when we got to pick Chad's t-shirts? Yep. And then I said summer took on a lot of different meanings for a lot of, like, summer was so important to them. And sometimes it was like Gabriella wanted the best summer. Troy summer would only, just want to be together. A lot of different meanings. Lava Springs really had some Barbie elements to it. Like, Lava Springs kind of looks like the Barbie movie. A little. Like,
Yeah.
fake worlds. And obviously Sharpay and everything pink really helps
it adds
that.
to it.
Like, the car and everything. There is an absolutely hilarious stunt double that they use for Gabriella when she dives into the pool.
Yes.
And I took a picture.
Yeah, it's unreal.
I took a picture of her because Sharpay falls into the pool. And it's like Gabriella is supposed to be diving into the pool. It's just not Gabriella. And it's just the front, like, who is that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who is that person?
Yeah.
It's not Gabriella.
No.
It's not Vanessa Hudgens. It's just a completely different lady.
Stunt double.
Who's
Apparently-
jumping into the water.
Apparently, Gabriella couldn't do a
She
dive.
couldn't dive.
Vanessa Hudgens couldn't.
A dive, too much for her. Could not do
They
it.
couldn't have their star getting hurt.
Oh my God. And then I had a lot of notes about, I was like, okay, Zeke still loved Sharpay. Kind of, he was still trying. Why did that never happen?
Because Sharpay she fucking had
Yeah.
Troy's,
Yep, she was
I
trying.
just cut myself off.
Choreography is unmatched in this movie, especially for Troy. Like, the work it out choreography in the kitchen is also so good.
So good.
Some of the oh God, it's just so good. Forgot about all the anticipation for a kiss. Like, I remember sitting on my couch and they were really banking on the pent up frustration of the young kids. Because I would be like, kiss already.
Right, like you still think like we haven't seen them kiss.
Oh, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe they didn't let them because it was like a teenager.
No, it
like,
was, yeah, I mean, it was a Disney Channel original movie.
Disney
Like,
Channel original movie, but they had fucking Troy's shirt off and a six pack
Yeah,
out running around playing basketball.
True. Then I said the smile on my face when Troy and Gabriella sing together. Ugh, this is the first set down at the piano.
music
Yep,
in me.
yep. $40 to caddy. Didn't seem like that much for what I know about
yeah.
being on for caddying. I feel like caddies are always bragging about how much money they make.
Did they say like and tips? Maybe.
No, just
Maybe-
said $40.
Maybe this was early, this
Yeah.
was years ago.
I also love that they just throw in that Troy played on the golf team. It was like, Dad, Troy's also on the golf team.
Right,
Is he?
What do you mean?
Is it just because they decided this movie was going to be on a golf course
Right.
that Troy has to be good at golf?
What do you mean Troy golfs, plays basketball, and sings and acts?
Triple threat.
Seriously. Huma Huma is a real fever dream. That's a real fever dream performance.
Yeah, they had those on the sing-alongs.
Yes, they did, and we needed it. My favorite line of this movie, always and forever, Gabriella, "You're crazy, Wildcat."
Oh, that's the best.
I think he like jumps at the pool.
Yeah.
Another "It's closed practice" line. Can't believe they ran that back 2 movies in a row to throw out of Ruthless. Well, it's closed practice.
Yeah, they knew how hard it hit the first time.
Yeah. Troy dancing with Sharpay, instant giggles. I would rewind this scene when they do the ramped up version of "You Are the Music in Me" because he does like the move with the mic stand.
Oh, it's so
and it's
good.
like it feels like they press a button and he's like doing things because his face is like, I don't know what I'm doing, but he's still doing it. Then he hits that falsetto and it's like, whoa.
We're not you about paying for
Yeah, and
song.
you're like, what? Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, Troy with the falsetto. You always know when Troy's going through it because he can't hit a basketball shot.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he's mentally going through it, he's out there on the court, he's missing every shot.
Yeah.
Gabriella really put Sharpay in check when she came out and yelled at her. Was like, she really, right before her big moment.
Gabriella was having none of Sharpay's shit ever.
No, it
Wait,
really wasn't.
okay, I have a different opinion on this, but I'll save it for my notes.
Oh, you know, I
No,
really
I
felt
felt
like
like-
Gabriella was like so confident
In
and
the-
was like, Sharpay can do whatever. Like, she's Sharpay.
Yeah. And in
I'm
the,
unbothered.
in the first and second movie, like, she
Yeah.
was like, fuck off.
Yeah, very unbothered. Knowing Zach basically freestyled bet on it just makes it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Rewatching it and just knowing that they like didn't have set choreography and Zach just ran around the golf course pounding the ground in the air.
And all the little movements when he like tell a lie and he goes like
Yeah.
this. It's like,
He has one like flick.
yeah,
That's just like
it's the punch and the flick.
yeah.
Punches, flick.
And this one when he's walking and he's
The
Yeah.
best is
Dun-dun-dun.
this.
yeah. Oh god, there's so many good ones. I also just wrote the reflection splash. Every Day is the best song of the series. For
You
me.
think of the entire
Yep.
series?
Yep. My number one.
I like that pick. I
my number
love
one.
too many to make a pick.
I know. Goosebumps every time the Wildcats join in. When everybody jumps into the song, I should have like full blown goosebumps. This is when I started to get emotional as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharpay is with Zeke at the end holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they have their moment at the end of the movie, both movies, and then it's just nothing.
And it's never addressed in the
No.
movies. It's just the end of the movies.
He's picking her up, throwing her around.
Yeah.
They're holding hands at the end.
It's like Sharpay only goes to him when she knows that Troy wants nothing to do with her anymore.
Yeah, yep. Vividly remember cheering on my couch when they finally kiss. Miley cameo seals the deal as the best, as this being the best one. And the bloopers. I was obsessed with the bloopers.
Mm-hmm.
When the bloopers came on the first time, I remember being like, oh my God, they gave us bloopers. And I probably like would watch that on repeat, and it's like 30 seconds of bloopers, but just the bloopers because the one, and me and Claire, we would always quote just when he's like, put it in forward. And he's like pushing,
Yeah.
it is putting it in on the golf cart. Yeah, man. Those were some good bloopers.
And you're just like, oh my God, like I'm part of them. You know, with
Yeah,
the
it
bloopers,
just
like
made- yeah.
it felt more real.
you just felt their energy with the bloopers because you were like, oh, they're having just as much fun as I am watching.
right.
We're all enjoying it. But yeah, I mean, it's just a beautiful film.
amazing movie, top
It
to
is.
bottom.
It really is.
Okay. My first note was just, why did Chad kiss Miss Darbus? Did you notice that?
Yeah, he does kiss Miss Darbus.
He was
at the beginning.
excited. It was
Yeah, it's
summer.
summer.
All right.
It's
A
summer.
little weird, but
Yeah. No, don't kiss your teachers.
yeah.
Definitely don't.
No better feeling than the last day of school. That was
Yeah.
just like a thought. I'm like, wow. Like, if we were to break out into musical in my school or any school, that is what it would look like.
Right. It would be the last day of summer.
Like,
Last day.
last day of school.
T as in Troy is just like a hilarious line to me. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Gabriella, what else would it be for? It's like, Troy's dad wishes he was in high school so bad. Like, there was
He grew out his hair a little bit longer for this one. He's
They
like
were
more
like-
like cool guy dad.
Troy and his friends were like just in the kitchen, and the dad is like hanging out with him as if he's like on the team. It's like, does he not have anything else going on?
Coach Bolton.
Gotta help the mom bring in the groceries.
I was like, this same scene, I was like, Troy's mom just appears in this movie now. Like she wasn't in the first movie.
No.
She was just like, oh,
No,
this
she
is
She was in the first
When?
movie.
She is.
In the first scene when she said,
when she's like, you
she's
two
like,
stop playing
really?
basketball.
She's like, because
It's
they're
our
playing
last day of
basketball.
vacation.
She only has
Oh.
one scene in both movies.
That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
I said, okay, so now they're in Lava Springs. They're really doing everything but working. Like at every moment, like they're like having picnics, they're like dancing, whatever. Also, I'm like, they're just letting all these kids like. I didn't see like anyone actually at this resort, like outside of like the main cast, but I'm like, is it just these kids cooking like all these meals?
Right. Why are the high school kids working in the kitchen cooking the meals?
And it's
It's
like-
a country club.
No, I know, but it's like, and Zach, at one point, Zach's dad is like, how's the food? He's like, it's amazing. It's like, is it?
Right. No, you're so right. Like, are they having high school kids cook at country clubs?
At
with
the,
no
at the pool, at the
experience?
pool, yeah.
In real life?
Yeah.
At country clubs, they're
Yeah.
having
There has to be like a
not
real chef.
At the
dinner
snack bar,
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Snack bar, they're not cooking the food.
Yeah, but they're putting they could be putting hamburgers on the grill.
Okay, but snack bar is different than a
Oh,
restaurant.
I mean, they're not like
fine dining
like
restaurant.
making dinner in the
Yeah, that's what it
dining
seemed
room.
like.
Well, no, but no, that's what it seemed like. They're in the
Yes,
they're in the kitchen of the restaurant.
True. Well, Zeke is assisting the chef. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do mention a chef.
I know, but there was like, it was all of them in there.
Yeah, in the
kitchen
in
was the
kitchen-
hangout room.
in the
it seemed, which
kitchen
is
of the
probably
restaurant, not
not-
the
It was
pool
like
snack bar.
99% kids in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
This is when I was like, Gabriella should be way more pissed. She's being walked all over by everyone.
I don't think she.
No,
I think Gabriella's kind of just like whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
No, she can try to pretend to be whatever, but like
No,
in
but I don't
reality,
think she
like.
was pretending. She was unbothered. She was like, I trust Troy.
But then
and
where did that
Sabrina-
get her? Where
Sabrina.
did that get her? Then they kind of had a falling out
Sharpay.
because of that.
yeah, but she wasn't gonna sit there and beg him.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
but at some
She
point,
wasn't
like
gonna
you have
sit
to
there
stand up for yourself.
She did. She put
did
Sharpay
it, though.
right in her place.
Like
And-
even after Zach.
And to Troy, she said, "I got to go my own way."
Yeah.
No, but when Troy was like, first of all, he was late to that date. Then he went back and like got stuck again. Then he came back. He must have been like hours late to this date.
Yeah.
And she was just like, hey, like, oh, like didn't
No, but
care.
she started ignoring. No, she started ignoring
No.
his phone calls. She was hanging out with Ryan. Like his mom was making her brownies.
Yeah. There was a scene where Troy and Gabriella. This is right before Troy gets into like the van with all the cool guys or whatever,
the college kids.
the college kids.
All the cool guys, the Red Hawks.
Yeah. The University of Albuquerque Redhawks.
The basketball hoop that Troy and Gabriella were shooting on was like at least 15 feet high. I don't know if anyone else. Go back and watch that scene.
You're saying it was too high?
It was so high. Like, it was ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, anyways, that was just like a weird thing that I noticed. I thought the Ryan versus Chad baseball bat thing was just so funny where they did the.
Yeah.
Hey, batter, swing.
That might be my favorite song, honestly, out of this. Well, no, Ben on it, obviously.
Just
Yeah.
do my thing.
Ryan being like on the good guys side just felt right. Like,
Yeah, he's meant to be a
he's
wild.
meant to
meant to
be-
be on that side.
Yeah. Not like, I don't think, even toward the end when Sharpay like was like now like good, I guess, kind of like at the very end.
Sharpay has a redemption at the end of every movie.
But still, it felt like fake. I'm like, you're just doing this like, oh, like give the award to my brother. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, how dare Ryan bring up Gabrielle's mom's brownies? That was so. I know
the
they're
best.
good. I've had them.
I've had them. That's my favorite.
And also, yeah, I guess I don't want to get into that, but been on it like the peak of musicals. Like I honestly, I've said this before, but like I used to listen to that like unironically, like just to
Just to
bet
pump
on it.
you up.
Yeah.
yeah.
How did Troy memorize an entire new song in seconds?
I mean, he can do it all, really.
They were like,
so
"There's a new song."
talented.
He's like, "There's a new song,"
Yeah.
and then the next 5 seconds later, he's singing. This
Kelsey's
song.
a great teacher.
He's so talented.
And then I just had Miley exclamation point when I saw her.
Yep.
Because I was like, oh, wait, this was a trivia question. Isn't she in the scene? And then she popped up for like a second.
Yep.
That must have been a fun day on set. Just like
When Miley came into
Miley
town.
just came on, like,
Yeah.
hey, just dance in the background.
Yeah.
Also, just like I was just watching all those kids like in the pool. Like all they had to do was just like have fun.
There's also a very funny moment where the movie's ending and it's like fading to black. And Zac and Vanessa are like in the pool and they're just like going like, woo, like, yeah. And there's just like all these little kids around them. But then it also looks like there's a split second where Vanessa Hudgens is like, all right, I'm fucking done with this. Like she looked like, kind of almost looked like she was drowning. Like she was like made a face where that looked like I'm not having fun.
Yeah. All right. Cut.
Yeah.
We've been in the pool for too long.
Yeah. It was like, get me out of here. But
Was
Those are
that
my notes? Yeah.
That's the last note ended with Miley.
Yeah, just
that's a
Miley.
strong last
Yeah.
note. Miley exclamation point.
I think the choreography for All for One was also one of my favorites. To do personally, like
Right.
to try and learn.
Yeah, I mean the choreography in this movie is insane, as
It
well
is
as
so
the
good.
costumes. Like they really stepped it up for the second movie.
Sharpay's last day of school outfit, I still think about.
Same, the gold.
That
I wanted,
top.
I wanted it so bad. Actually, all of her outfits
Yeah.
in this, the headbands, the sunglasses.
Yeah, Gabriella really loved the baby doll look in this one. A lot of baby doll cuts.
But Sharpay's outfits
Yeah,
were incredible.
they
Her
were.
golf outfits were
Yep.
incredible.
Yep.
So good. An A+ movie. Like
Where is my pink Prada tote?
this one gets an A+. But why was her turkey being imported from Maine? You know, does Maine have great turkey?
I thought the
From
same thing. I said,
Maine. I don't know,
is there
maybe.
good turkey in Maine?
Yeah, I was like, why is her turkey being imported from
Maybe it
Maine?
just like
It
fit
just-
lyrically.
it
And
rhymes
why are her
Maine.
towels coming from
Yeah,
Turkey?
just yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it just,
true.
I think they
'Cause
just
the
picked
lifeguards
some-
were from
imported
Spain.
from Spain. I think they just had to pick.
Yeah,
That was solely for rhyming
Yeah, I was like,
purposes.
oh, does Maine have good turkey? They got
Right.
good lobster rolls, but do they have good turkey?
Right.
I don't know. But A+ movie. Like this one is my favorite by far. I know a lot of people love the third one. I'm excited to rewatch the third one because
I haven't rewatched the third one in a while.
I probably have only seen the third one less than a handful of times.
Really?
I did not love the third one. I really,
Okay.
really
I don't even know
loved
if
the
I've seen
first
the
and the
third
second.
The third one came out in theaters, so it's a much
so I
bigger
don't think I
production.
have.
Yeah.
Like it's a much bigger.
I
like when you watch it, you're like, oh, they made this like a movie,
yeah, and like I saw
not a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I loved a couple of the songs. The boys are back. Like that
Yeah.
one was fantastic. The cars, everything
Yep.
about that. But I vividly remember not being obsessed with it in the way that I was the first two.
Yeah.
So I am excited to watch it again because maybe I have different thoughts. I have not watched it in years.
I think I loved the first two so much also because there was like hope for another one,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then the third one, I was just sad because it was over.
Well, I'll tell you why I didn't love the third one. Because there was new characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these young kids, I don't care about them.
Yeah.
The wannabe Sharpay,
I
the
know.
wannabe Troy.
Right.
I was like, I'm not into this.
I do feel like because they did make it like a bigger movie,
Yeah.
they needed to like, it needed more people
Yeah, and I
just to like help maintain a plot. Because I feel like they just couldn't run it back like the same kind of premise.
Yeah.
of-
I
you know?
I didn't care for the new characters.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
fair.
I don't really care about these people. Like, give me my OG cast because
Yeah.
this is gonna be the last movie. You're gonna give me all these new characters.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
excited
but
to watch.
I mean, we'll talk about it with the third one, but I did like it in the sense that I felt like it was good in the sense of like they're graduating, you know? So they had to, there's going to be some new blood. The younger group trying to take over.
And they're not even close to
No,
the
of
original
course
group.
not.
They don't even fucking touch a sliver of their pinky toe.
No.
They're not even close. Anyways, fantastic movie, and we'll be watching the third one to talk about for Friday.